Hi, my name is Abhishek. I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So today's my topic is Babri Masjid verdict. So before proceeding with the topic, I request you please like, share my videos and subscribe the channel Lexclick. So let's begin with the topic. So the Supreme Court said that none of the 32 surviving accused of the Babri Masjid demolition case was found guilty. So let us talk about what is the story behind. So the mosque was brought down in 1992 to build a Ram temple. In 2019, the Supreme Court handed over the empty site to those who wanted the mosque brought down. However, it is recognized the demolition as an egregious violation of the rule of law, and this gave rise to hope that the end of justice would be served by the punishment of those who mobilized the vandals. But now, the Supreme Court said that none of the accused was found guilty. So, what did the trial court find? So, the trial court has given judicial legitimation to the Ram Janmabhoomi movement by acquitting all those indicted for conspiracy to bring down the structure. The court found that the demolition was not planned in advance, and this finding flies in the face of entry of several volunteers into Ayodhya that then armed with implement to bring down the structure. The movement was headed by L.K. Advani, Murli Manohar Joshi, and Uma Bharti, among others. The proponents of the movement had positioned themselves in vantage points to witness the occasion and celebrate with pride. So, what were the evidences in this? So, in this case, there were sufficient evidence about the political mobilization and purported intent to assemble on that day. The court had with it evidence that there was studied inaction from the state whose chief minister was one of the accused. The court had with it evidence that the unambiguous and non-threats to the structure voiced by many of the movement's protagonists. The CM then and given a false assurance to the Supreme Court and the National Integration Council that nothing but a symbolic car seva would take place. But the crowd went into frenzy, goaded on by provocative speeches by dignitaries, and vandals went up the dome. The possibility of tampered audio and video evidence would not undo the cumulative effect of the logistical and financial preparation besides the communal mobilization. So, what did the Librhan Commission say? So, the Manmohan Singh Librhan Commission had laid bare the entire conspiracy in its damning report. So, but a probe under the Commission of Inquiry Act has no binding value. The evidence adduced at the trial alone matters. So, let us talk about what did the CBI do. The CBI failed to prove the element of conspiracy, the details of the advanced mobilization, the meeting of minds that required to prove a plot and its broad contours, and from the beginning the police investigation was marked by buggling. And when the main events were covered by two FIRs, the UP government failed to notify both of them while designating courts for trial. The Allahabad High Court quashed the flawed notification. The state government's failure to rectify the irregularities resulted in separate proceedings in Lucknow and Raebareli. The CBI filed a supplementary charge sheet after omitting the conspiracy charge. The Supreme Court later said that this derailed the joint trial and resulted in separate two proceedings in two places. So, did the Supreme Court? What did the Supreme Court do in this? In 2017, the Supreme Court revived the conspiracy charge. It directed the trial court to resume day-to-day trial. It sternly reminded that the agency that it was because of its failure and that of the state government that a crime that shook the secular fabric of the constitution had not seen justice for 25 years. So, what is unacceptable? It is unacceptable to see a court saying that a destruction was a spontaneous act. All those who went through that phase in India's political history know that the demolition was only the accumulation of a revanchist movement. The period was marked by communal mobilization, holding of processions to gather bricks meant for constructing a temple, etc. So, the cause of communal amenity cannot afford successive judicial setbacks to both secular values and the rule of law. So, that's it. Thank you.